Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. How's everybody doing today? I'm AGP. Welcome. Today, we're going to be continuing our TCG journey, 1 year challenge. Um, I apologize for last time we had to end abruptly. Some stuff came up. It's okay now. But this is kind of a follow-up to that. So today's stream we had to start earlier, as you probably noticed. No biggie. We're just gonna be here from probably 8 to 9:30, where the original time. So it will be a bit of a shorter stream today. So I do apologize about that, but I still wanted to get the stream out to you two guys, as I know I already had to move Sundays a bit later as well. So let's get into the episode and hopefully have some fun, learn some combos. Today we're doing the final GX special challenge and then the beginning, probably the first three of the 5Ds ones, and then we'll call it a day for today. Let's get into doing that. I'm gonna give it a couple seconds, a couple minutes to get in here, and then we'll start the stream proper. What's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing well. The day has treated you well. Let me pull out my calculator because I don't want to have to do that later. And just a bit of a calculator here. I don't want to like miss lethal or something. All right, let's get into the stream proper. Please don't tell me it's an update. That'll be something. There is not. Let me get the solo mode thing. Let me also check if there's like any shop stuff that maybe was added, like packs and stuff. Doesn't look like it, no. I remember, we don't get access to this until we start doing rank, so that'll be when we're done with solo mode. And that'll be when I'm gonna start like the challenge proper, so don't worry guys, this is not gonna... Alright, let's see. The last one we're doing is this one, where we're obviously doing this. Let's look at the deck. So we have the vanilla heroes plus Neos. We have Wing Curry. A lot of these are anime cards. I explain these. I like to explain these to anybody who's maybe new, coming, maybe watching the streams later on as a bot or anything like that, and doesn't know what these cards do and wants to check them out. There's a lot of anime cards, so if you've seen the anime, you know what they do, but let me go over all the cards. If you're new here, I do like to go over all the cards to memorize, to learn how to read cards, like ifs, whens, and just get into the base of reading a lot of cards at the same time. Another thing I like to do is kind of how many ratios we're playing what and so on and so on. This is Win Koribo, so you've seen the anime, you know what this is, but for those who do not, if this cards are on the field and sent to the graveyard, for the rest of the turn you take no battle damage. Then we have the Neospatians. These are also anime cards, so if you've seen the anime, you know what they do. Again, let me reread. Neospatian Aqualon is probably the best one. This is one per turn. You can discard a card, look at your opponent's hand, and choose a monster. If you control a monster with attack greater than or equal to the attack of the chosen card, destroy the chosen card, and if you're doing Fic 500, otherwise I take damage. Pretty good. Hummingbird, basic gives you life points based on the number of cards my opponent has. So if I have a big hand, I get a big boost. That could come in handy, I guess. Grand Mole, at the start of the damage step, discard battles. You can return a monster to both that and the mole to hand. So that's good for getting rid of monsters that have destruction protection, or like that can not be destroyed a battle. I believe last time, if you on the stream, we got rid of a of an evil hero by bouncing it with Dragon Spear. So this is kind of the same, but you have to attack into it. So that is important. We have Global Models. This is probably the worst one. This one reads, if this card attacks or is attacked, your opponent draws a card, use it to you. Then you reveal, and based on what it is, something happens. If it's a monster, the battlefield ends. If it's a spell, it changes to a direct attack, and if it's a trap, you change this to defense. So two other things are only applicable if you're getting attacked into. Another one is you're attacking, which you're better gonna use this one, and you also get your opponent to draw a card, so you're not helping yourself out here. This is probably the second best. This is, if I were to say, actually, the best one is probably Grand Mole, followed by Aqua Dolphin, and then probably the best one is the third one is this one. This one reads Neospecial Dark Panther. It's once per turn as well. You can target a face-up monster on the field. Until then, this card becomes the name of that card, and also gets that effect of those cards, if any. Neospecial Flare Trap. This thing just gets attack equal to whatever's on the field. Spell traps on my opponent's side. So I can only go up by so much, and it's not that good, honestly. It's probably the worst one, because at least Hummingbird gives me life points. Card Trooper, only one of. Once per turn, you can choose a number from 1 to 3. Send that many cards from the top of the deck to the graveyard. Then scares 500 for each one sent this way until the end of the turn. And if it gets destroyed, you can draw a card. So this is pretty good to get cards like the one we're about to read now, because I remember this one from when I played the Tag Force games. Nico Gordon. During your opponent's turn, you can manage this card from your graveyard, negate the attack from a monster. This is a quick effect. Quick effect is during other players' turns, by the way. If you read the cards that say during a player's turn, it's a layman's old way of saying quick effect. Elemental Hero Stratos. When this card's normal or special summon, you can activate one of these effects. Destroy a spell shot up to a number of heroes much on the field, or add a hero much from deck to your hand. This is probably the one we're going to use the most, although I don't think we really want to have anything here. If you want Ricochet in the graveyard, we want the vanilla heroes out of our hands because we don't really want to use them. We'll see what we do with that, I guess. So in this specific matchup, maybe this one costs up a bit more than what we want. We have Elemental Hero Blazeman. This card's normal special summon. You can add a poly from your deck to your hand, so it's the best way to get poly, because we don't have a way to do that. We don't have the swamp, and we don't have another card to get that. During the main phase, you can activate this effect. You cannot special summon monster for the except fusion. That doesn't matter for us because everything's fusion. But if that's what you care about, maybe don't play Blazeman if you're a synchro deck for some reason playing heroes. Also send an Elemental Hero from your deck to your hand, except Blazeman, and if you do this card's attack, defense, and attribute can be the same as that monster that was sent to the graveyard until the end of this turn. This is very good if you have a fusion that requires 2 of the same attribute on field, and you want to just do that. And you can only use Blazemans and 1 effect once per turn. Neo Space Connector. When these are normal summon, you can special summon Neo Space or Elemental Hero from your hand or deck in defense. You can trigger this card, then target hero Neos or hero in defense in the graveyard, special summon it. You can lose each effect of Neo Special Connection once per turn. You have your Necro Shade. Once this is in the field, once this is in the grave, reading important. You can normal summon 1 level 5 or higher Elemental Hero monster with 5 tributing. Reminder: this is once ever, so this kind of I believe this one's because I tried to use it multiple again in another turn previously, but I think I was not able to do that. I don't remember if I was under some restriction there, but I think it's just once it hits the grave, you're only able to do it that one time. So that may be important if you're running this card, I guess. Polymerization, everyone knows what this does. If you don't, if you use the monsters to make a new one from hand or field. Monster Reborn, also a card you should know. But if you don't, target a monster near the grave, special summon it, Rotom. Another card that is pretty well known, but if you don't, Add a level 4 lower warrior monster from your deck to your hand. Miracle Fusion, if you summon one element or hero fusion from your extra deck, but banish your fusion materials on the field or in grave. Emergical, this is basically another Stratos, which means it gets you an elemental hero monster from your deck to your hand, but it has to be elemental hero, so it can only really fetch uh, these couple cards. We have Covered Contact. If you control no monsters, send 2 Neospacians, one for hand and one for deck, to the graveyard and draw 2 cards. The best target for this for discards are these because they were really bad. So we have a lot of fodder to draw cards if you want to. A hero lives. If you control no face-up monster, pay half your life points, special summon level 4 or lower elemental monster from your deck to your hand from your deck. Pretty good to start your play if you're kind of brick and you don't draw any monsters. Miracle Contact. Shuffle into a deck from your hand, field, or graveyard the fusion materials that are mentioned, elemental hero fusion that mentions as material. Then special summon that fusion monster from your extra, ignoring summoning conditions. So it's very good for a lot of the big boss monster cards, or if you want to summon those. Mostly Brave Neos and mostly one of these, but it is where it is. We have Neos Fusion, 2 of these. Special summon one fusion monster from your extra deck, list exactly 2 monsters as material, including elemental heroes, by sending those cards from hand, deck, or field, ignoring summoning condition for the rest of this turn after the discovery resolves. You cannot special summon monsters. That's very important, so after this is the last thing you kind of want to do if you want to special summon monsters at any point. If a fusion monster you control that lists elemental hero Neos as material will be destroyed by battle, card effect, or shuffle into a deck by its own effect, you manage this card in the graveyard instead. Neos Force. Equipped only to elemental hero Neos against 100 attack, so a bit of a boost. When it destroys a monster by battle, so it's a graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of the destroyed monster in the grave. During the unfit shuffle this card into the deck. So this is basically gives heroes the wingman effect. If you know wingman is this card, where you burn your opponent for that much. You have Neos, space only one of. And the hero Neos and all fusion monsters that mention Neos gain 500 attack. Also, do not have to go back into the extra deck with their effects. Flute as summoning Kuribo, target Kuribo or win Kuribo from your deck. Add a few rounds of summon. This is good for a blanking attack, basically. If you want contact out, return a Neos fusion you control to the extra deck. If all fusion monsters list on the fusion monster are in your deck, you can special summon them. Double hero attack. If you control a fusion monster that lists elemental hero Neo as material, target one hero fusion in your graveyard, special summon ignoring summoning condition. You can activate one double attack per turn. We have a hero emergers. This is also an anime card. If you've seen this in the anime, you don't know what it does, but let's read it. When opponent declares hand, your opponent randomly chooses one card from your hand. Then if a monster, you can special summon it, otherwise send it to the graveyard. We have Nyx, which we can activate from their hand because I read this card multiple times. Special any number of monsters with different names, from your hand or graveyard in defense that are all Neospacians or elemental hero Neos, but negate their effects. And as long as those cards remain, and as long as you control any of those special summon monsters, you cannot special summon from the extra except fusions. Okay, and then you can activate one next per turn, and if you control no cards, you can activate this directly from your hand. And then, of course, another very basic card, but very important when an opponent attacks, declare target the monster, negate attack, and the battlefield is negate attack. We have the fusions. These are also a lot of anime cards, so if you're in the anime, you know what I do, but if you don't, I'll read them off for you. And the hero, Flame Wingman. It takes avian number 26. Monster fusion summon. When this card destroys a monster at battle, send it to inflict damage equal to the damage. So this is what I was speaking about when I say Neos gives you the Wingman effect of 2 Neos. This one takes Spark and Necroshade. It's actually kind of good because you drop off. You can make this and then have Necroshade in the graveyard to summon maybe Neos later if you really want to. If this card attacks at defense position, includes piercings. Make sure if you go over it, you still do damage. If the card attack, change it to defense at the end of the damage step. This is basically turns it into a goblin attack force, which is not good. This is kind of really only somebody would summon if you want to close the game against like a wall or something. At this card, target a card and your opponent controls destroy the target. It's actually not bad. You can kind of destroy yourself as well if you really wanted to get rid of a monster your opponent controls. To hero normal monster, this takes any of the vanillas. We can do something with that. Gives attack or and defense equal to the combined original levels of the materials for its fusion times 300. So it's a good target for a Neos and something else. Because it'll be a 7 and it'll be a big monster. When this card destroys an opponent monster by battle, you can tribute this. You can reroll this card, special summon 1 under hero fusion for your extra deck, ignoring summoning condition, but it cannot attack with an equal or lower. It cannot attack a monster with an equal or lower monster than it. We have under Dark Neos. It takes Neos and Dark monsters specifically. Much better. All of the heroes will have this clause, but let me read it once. I must be special summon from your extra deck by shuffling the above materials into the deck. You can target one face-up effect monster on the field and negate the effect while you control this face-up card. You can only target one effect monster per turn, and once per end phase. They also have this clause on all of them. During the end phase, return this card to the extra deck. Semi-exact condition takes Neos and Fair Scarab, gains 400 attack for each spell trap on the field, and has the shuffle effect. We have Glow Neos, takes Neos and Glow monster. Remember to summon this because it's the worst one, but it is where it is. Takes a many condition and goes back to the deck. And once per turn during your main phase, you can target one face up on the field. Your opponent can destroy it, and then if it does, based on this, you can do the following. You can not attack this turn, so this is probably you don't want to use it for monsters basically. So you can conduct regular session, not bad, and this can change to a defense position card. Okay. Grand Neos is probably the best one because I don't see Aqua Dolphin here, so that's the worst one. This one reads, must be special summon from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards you control. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls, return it to a target to hand. And basically, it's an upgraded version of this because you don't have to attack with it, and you can kind of just do it proactively. So if we want to summon this, we're gonna have to have a hero space out, Neo space out, and then this card on the field, so we can always bounce the cards back into the hand and never have an established board. I don't know here Neos and a level 4 lower effect, so it takes Neos and any of the monsters we have that are not the vanillas, basically. This card gains 100 attack for each Neos and hero monster in the grave, so it goes very quickly. When this card destroys an opponent monster battle, you can add a spell of trap that mentions Neos from your deck to your hand. Two of those. We have Sunrise. Two heroes with different attributes, multi special summon. You can only use each effect of Hero Sunrise once per turn. If you can add a special summon, so that means either fusion or special from the grave after summoning correctly. You can add a Miracle Fusion from your deck to your hand. You can only do that once because you only have one Miracle Fusion. When attacks declared by another hero you control, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. We have Elemental Hero Shining Fire Wingman. This is similar to Fang Wingman. It takes Fang Wingman and Sparkman, also an anime card. The only added effect here is that it gets attack points after 300 specifically for every hero in the grave. It's not that good. It's quote unquote better Fling Wingman, I guess. This is one of the big 3 ones. It takes 3 monsters, so this is why it's a bit more investment, but it is kind of powerful. Change the main condition. It takes Neos, Fleshcap, and Grandma, so it takes 3 monsters. You can get 400 attack for each card on the field. That's not bad. Once we're doing the end phase, shuffle this interact. If this card shuffle into an extra this way, return a cost on the field. This is kind of go clear the board kind of card and get away with it. So if we don't have Neo Space, it kind of go with to get rid of everything that's on the board and then reestablish ourselves. We have Elemental Hero Neos, Storm, and Hero no Storm Neo. Sorry, actually, this one takes Neos, Hummingbird, and Dolphin. Same summoning condition. You can destroy spell traps on the field. This includes Aurora. We don't really care about doing that though. And then if it returns to the extra deck by its effect, you can shuffle cards on the field into the deck. So this is kind of better than this one. Sorry, than this one. Because this one goes into a deck, so that means extra deck monsters go back. That means cards won't go back into the graveyard, so into the hand, which means they'll lose a resource. So that's kind of not bad. This is a better version of this one, basically. The only added effect you're gaining, we're not losing, is that you lose attacks, I guess. Nebula Neos. This one takes Neos, Gramble, and Dark Panther. Same summoning condition. This just play someone from your extra deck. Draw cards equal to a number of your opponent's controls. Then negate the effect of one face-up card on the field until the end of this turn. Once per turn, during the end phase, shuffle this card into the extra, and if you do, banish all cards face down on the field. That's actually not a bad board wipe. It's kind of a this is card in the game I was researching called Final Clash? No, it's not Final Clash. Evenly Match, where this is kind of what it does. It banishes face down. I mean, there's very little interactions they can do to get rid of it. Get those cards back. And then we have Cosmo Neos. Takes here and 3 different attributed Neospatians. That's not hard to make. It is, but it's not really. Okay, this one takes same summon requirement. It's a special. If this goes special from your shoulder, you can activate this effect. For the rest of the turn, your opponent cannot activate cards. Also, also cards your opponent control can activate effects. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effect in response to this effect's activation. And if you return this to the extra by its own effect at the end turn, you can destroy all cards your opponent controls. Alright, let's get into the battle with the loner deck. And if you're new here, we do one loner deck and then one my deck, which is the Dragon Maid. I'll show you that deck list later. We do nothing. Wonderful. At least we're going second. We're dueling Yugi, so we're gonna look up for Mirror Forces. It's probably gonna be the Force Dragon. Okay, that's gonna be interesting for Buster Blader specifically. Nothing that we want to do here. Nothing we can do here. We'll just end the turn, I guess. So we'll set this from the bundles of caution and kind of end the turn there. Neo Space Connector. I don't want to summon Neos because it can't survive the turn. And I can't summon anything with it. We can summon maybe Grand Mole? We can figure this into Might some of that kind of wall off. Yep. Another connector. No. Maybe I'm walling up that way. That way he can send it out again. Karibo. Can't do much with that either. I want to send that back to the hand because it'll just... I'll set this, I don't have to discard for hand size, but I'll end my turn with that. Hey, good. Contact. I don't have anything to discard right now. It's annoying. I'll set this, and I'll end my turn with that. Okay, good. Out, also set this. I'll end my turn with that. Nothing I read drawn is coming to me. Crochet. Nothing can do with that either, unfortunately. But I can set a card this turn. I guess we can kind of like establish Neos. Oh, it's fine. Will contact out. Put some in Neos. Put some in Grandma. Go to face Neos. Ah, okay. That's fine. We can at least get in with that. And that should be good. Put some pressure on him. He's gonna summon the Gaia here. Oh, he's not gonna summon Gaia. That's fine. Ollie, what can we make do that? We can make a lot of things actually. We can't do that because it's... Hold up. I'm cooking. Do the hand Neos. Give it a win here, I think. Hold up. If it did not mirror force, I win. 300, 3,000 minus 15 plus 25 plus 900. No, we're getting close. Alright, very funny. We can still just go here. Battle here. Ooh, actually, hold up. And then we can summon Rave Neos. Hold up. I'm seeing a line here. It'll be huge. I win. Something I'm sure I win. Wow, that's pretty good. Now we do my own deck, which I want to show you. It is the same deck. I always say this in every video, but once we get to rack, if you guys have any ideas how to make this deck better, obviously the actual deck is the first place we're gonna start. We're gonna take a lot of these Xyz and then make these, and then we're probably gonna go in kind of mix with the ratios here. I know I want to get a level link 2 or link 1, either pivot into like a Red Eyes build or a pure Dragon Maid build where we just get the new Dragon Maid support. I know there's a changeover card for Chamber and there's a new fusion, so we want to look at that as well. Let's get into this. I'm going first, which is actually not bad. I'm gonna start by Dragon Shrining. So I can send this to the grave and then start my place by summoning True. I will send both of them. Summon True. I'll set a card and I'll end my turn. Send to face attempt. Yes, we'll activate True, please. Activate. Send. Waiting. Fine. Activate. Bring back you. Summon you. Activate. What do we have in grave? Only one dragon. Okay, hold up. I wanna add you. Send you. Low phase. Return. Summon you. I'm gonna bring the game here on the spot. Summon. Should be able to win here. I'm gonna start first with you. Ooh, hold up. Can negate that and win. Yes, I'll negate that and win. We'll summon House. And really clear with House. Then 27. 27, I win. Alright, that was pretty fast. I'm getting better at that. We have a full gate, that's amazing. And then we'll receive a Stratus map. Mate, that's pretty fun. Alright, let's do the next challenges, which is challenge deck. Oh, I can't do it? I guess it's not open yet for me? I was not expecting that. I thought we could do the other one now. Might not allow it to go further here. Maybe there's no more and I just miscounted. Let me check. Oh, we already did all of them, I guess. That's just like the backdrop. I thought it was gonna be a GX one. I guess we can kind of start doing these like trading guides. So I don't have time to do ladder today. I guess we can kind of go for this and then do what we were doing, like play a loner deck and then play our own deck. Why not? Oh, we can only play with the loner deck. Sure, why not? Okay. So let's read these cards. I read this last time because we did do a dragon deck, but I went to know all the cards. Let's see. The Cyber Dragon Hurts, level 1. The card is names become Cyber Dragon on the field or in the grave, so remember that. You're gonna use one of the following effects of cards per turn, and only once that turn. If there's a special summon, you can make it become 5. At the end of this turn, also, you cannot special summon for the rest of it, except machines. We don't care about that in this deck. There's no machine except the high. No, this is a machine. And we don't really care about this, I guess, because everything else here is like machine, and we don't really summon anything else besides that. If this goes into the graveyard, you can add a Cyber Dragon from your deck to your hand. Pretty good. We have Naster as well. This card also becomes Cyber Dragon on the field in the graveyard. You can discard one other card, special this card from your hand, so it's pretty good. Hold up. That's actually a pretty good combo. You can send Herds to draw to summon Naster. Because it doesn't say from the field, right? To the graveyard. Yeah, just a send. Such a good combo there. Anyway, if this card is almost your summon, you can target one machine monster with flame in either grave, pick to summon it. You can add special summon for except machines. Same luck, but doesn't matter to us. This is a notorious card in the game. It's a true, it's a one of, but in this set they let us have two, like they did in the other one. This is Maxi, the most notorious card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Next to the other one we're seeing here, which is Last Bottom. Quick effect. You can send this card from your hand this turn. Each time your opponent special summons a monster, immediately draw a card. We have Cyber Dragon Core. This also becomes Cyber Dragon while in the field or in grave. If this card is almost special summon, sorry, only special summon, so this can be our special summon for the turn then. Interesting. So this can be. Okay, cool. So I can kind of see our playline here. We can summon Core. If we have Heart in hand, pitch it with Natural Summon Naster, get another dragon. That's not bad. Anyway, what do you do after you add? If you can add a Cyber Spell trap from your deck to your hand. Okay, interesting. And you can only use one effect of Core per turn. Sorry, the second effect. If your opponent controls a monster, you can banish a card from the graveyard, special summon a Cyber Dragon from your deck. So if I was supposed to have this one in my other loner deck, in my own Dragon Maid deck. This one reads: your opponent activates a card or effect that includes any of these effects quick effect. You can discard a card, negate that effect. Uh, Either add from your deck to your hand, special summon from your deck, or send a card from your deck to the hand. We have Cyber Die Chimera. You can discard one spell trap, add one power bomb from your deck to your hand. You can only use dragon or machine cyber monsters as featured this turn, also once per turn. So once when you fusion summon this turn, you can also banish this monster or monsters from your graveyard as material. If this gets sent to the graveyard, you can send one Cyber Dark monster from your deck to the graveyard with a different name from this card in the graveyard. You can only use each effect of Cyber Dark Chimera once per turn. We have the OG Cyber Dragon. It's also an anime card, but let's read it anyway. One is, if only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. So another way to get started, you can do this. Summon pitch Hurt, summon Naster, activate Naster to get card, summon normal summon core, get your spell traps. I'm seeing how this is supposed to work, I think. Of course that doesn't mean anything if you get stopped, but it is what it is. So pretty good there. You can send one other light monster from your hand, special summon this card from your hand. Okay, I can see a line here. So if you don't open Naster, you can kind of pitch Hearts with this card to summon itself, and when it's special summon Galaxy, so search the other copy of it. You can only use this. You can only use this card once per turn. So okay, so you can pitch it, summon another one. So you can pitch it. Okay, interesting. Fairing King Regulus. You can only use each effect of You can only use each of the following effects of Fairing King Regulus once per turn. You can target one Fairy monster or one machine monster in your graveyard, so that's all of our graveyard. So send this card from your hand. If you do, equip that monster. When your opponent activates card effects, quick effect, you can send one face-up Fairy card from either the hand or field, or face-up on the field. Sorry, you can send one face-up. Okay, you can send one Fairy monster card from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard, and they get the activation. A Fairy monster equipped with this card against an Android. Also, it can activate the second effect listed as if it was Fairy King Legolas. I don't know how that works, but okay, that's a bit more complicated card for me. A Fairy monster equipped with this card, so if you have another Fairy equipped to it, or another card, gains 700 track. Also, it can activate the second effect listed above as if it was Fairy King Legolas. Okay, I guess. That's a cool card. These are one of the famous Kaiju cards that I also saw a lot of in my research for starting this challenge or restarting challenge. You can special this card from your hand to your opponent's field in attack position, attributing one card of control. So it's good for read a card with protection on it. Your opponent controls a Kaiju monster. You can also special this from your hand in attack position. You can only control one Kaiju monster. When a card or effect this card activated targets one. When a card or effect is activated, it targets one card and no other cards. Quick effect, you can remove 3 counters. Have your counter from anywhere on the field, negate that effect, and if you do, destroy one card on the field. I believe we're probably not going to use that effect because there's no. I don't see the card that generates counters, which is to cure the waterfront. So this Raigeki, one of the most famous cards, but if you know what it does, destroy monster opponent controls. Another one of the famous cards I'm about to read next is Satisfactor. Same thing as this, but for spell traps. Machine duplication. Target a monster machine specifically, you control 500 or less or any other cores. Special summon up to 2 monsters from your deck with the same name as the face-up card. Cool. We have Power Bomb. This is the card we can strike with Chimera. If you summon one machine fusion monster from your extra using monsters from your hand or field as material, and it gains attack equal to its original attack. Now, during the end phase of the turn this card activate, you take damage equal to the amount of attack gained from this card. So, let's say you're summoning one of our fusion guys, whatever is on the whatever the gain is what you take damage of. We have Cyber Emergency. It's probably we're getting with a lot of our searchers. Add a light machine monster from your that cannot be normal summon set, or one Cyber Dragon from your deck. So that's the original Cyber Dragon, because remember, these are only Cyber Dragons while they're on the field or in the grave, so they don't count as Cyber Dragon anywhere else. Otherwise, it will always say this is always treated as Cyber Dragon. That's a stipulation I have to read off in cards, so be aware of that. If the activation of this card in its owner's possession was negated by your opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can discard one card, add this card back to your hand. We have then Cyber Repair Plant. If a Cyber Dragon is in your graveyard, you can activate one of these effects. You have 3 or more Cyber Dragons in your graveyard at the activation. At this card's activation, you can activate both of these effects and resolve in sequence. You can activate you can only activate one Cyber Repair Plant per turn. That's okay, so we only have one copy. Add a light machine from your deck to your hand, and then target one light machine monster in your graveyard, shuffle that target into your deck. We have Lightning Storm. If you control no face-up cards, activate one of these effects. Destroy all cards your opponent controls, or disclose pressure drops their control. So it basically copies 2 and 3 of either this or this, but we have no card. We have to have no cards, so it's very important. We have Triple Tactics Talent. Your opponent activated a monster effect during your main phase this turn, and then one of the following effects: draw 2 cards, take control of one of your opponent's monster until the end phase, or look at your opponent's card and choose one card from your head, shuffle into the deck, and you can only activate once per turn. That's okay, we only have one copy. Sales Spanish, I've never seen this card. Declare one card name. For the rest of this turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects with the same original name as a declared card. The same restrictions apply to you, but for those of this duel instead of just this turn. You can activate one salesman per turn. So that's kind of good if you only have one of that you really want to get rid of in your opponent's. But it is risky because if they have like multiple copies of a card. Hold up. If they come way to retrieve the cards like that, they can still use it again, you just can't do it yourself. We have Triple Tractor Stress. If you only activate a card or effect during this turn, normal set one spell or trap from your deck except itself, and if your opponent controls a monster, you can add it to your hand instead. And this trigger cannot be activated this turn. You can only activate one Triple Tractor Strike per turn. Then we have Cyber Dark Realm. This is a continuous trap card. When this gets activated, you can add one Cyber Dark monster from your deck to your hand with a different name from the cards in your graveyard. We only have one Cyber Dark, which is that, so I don't know whether you have more of these copies, but okay. During your main phase, you can immediately after this effect result normal summon one Cyber Dark monster. You only use the previous effect of Cyber Dark once per turn. If monster from your graveyard if you equip a monster from your graveyard by the effect of a Cyber Dark monster that activated when it was normal summon or special summon, you can equip from your opponent's graveyard instead. That's actually not bad. Clockwork Knight. All face-up monsters on the field become machines. Machine monster you control gain 500 attack. Also, your machine monster your opponent controls loses 500 attack. You can manage this card from your hand. From the graveyard. Then discard one card. Add one Earth Machine monster from your deck to your hand. You can use this effect of Clockwork Knight once per turn. You can activate one Clockwork Knight per turn. So the only target for this, I think, is just the Regulus. So it's a way to search the Regulus, I guess, if we don't have access to it in our opening hand. This is important because I will be doing, I think I will be doing, I don't plan to change, next year a anime version of this challenge where I do anime decks, and saying it's gonna be one up, so this is important to read this deck and just for practice. Target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, banish it, and if you do until then, at the next turn, its effects are negated, as well as the activated effects on the field or the monster with the same real name. Okay. Forbidden Droplet. Set any number of cards from your hand or grave or field to the graveyard. Choose that many effect monster your opponent controls, and until the end of this turn, the attack is half and their effects are negated. In response to this card activation, your opponent can activate cards or the effects of cards with the same original type monster spell trap as the cards sent to the graveyard to activate this card. Okay, so as I sent, for example, one spell, one trap, and one monster. I can negate 3 monsters, and they cannot activate spells, traps, and 3 effects monsters. Is that correct? That's how I understand this card. So, a number of cards from your hand or field to the graveyard. Choose that many effects monster your opponent controls, and until the end of this turn, the attack is halved and their effects are negated. In response to this card activation, your opponent can activate cards or effects or the effects of cards with the same original name as the cards sent to the graveyard to activate this card effect. I have to read this card one more time because this is so complicated for me. This is probably the most complicated card I've read. It's probably very simple, I'm not understanding very well. Send any number of cards from your hand or field to the graveyard. That's the condition to activate this. Choose that many number effect monster your opponent controls, and until the end of this turn, their attack is half and their effects are negated. That's very simple. In response to this card activation, your opponent can activate cards or effects with the same original type monster spell trap as the card sent to the graveyard activated to activate this card. So I think it is how I was saying. So if I sent a spell or trap, for instance, and then I negate 2 cards, they also cannot activate spell cards that turn. Is that what that means? Please tell in the comments below. Explain to me like I'm 5 how probably not but worse if I'm reading it correctly. Please let me know that. We have Infinite Impermanence. I also have this card in my deck, but some reads. Target face-up monster your opponent controls and gains effect until the end of this turn. Then, if it was set before activation, and it is on the field at resolution, for the turn, turn off all the effects spell traps in that column as well. And if you control a card, you can activate this card from your hand. The next card is Red Rewood. It's a 2 of, meaning, sorry, you're going to have to do copies, what I mean. When your opponent activates a trap card, negate the activation, and if you do, set that card face down. Then, when your opponent activates a trap card, negate the activation, and if you do, set the card face down. Then they can set one other trap direct from the deck for the rest of this turn. After this card, your opponent can activate trap cards. You can activate this card from your hand by paying half your life. And then these are a lot of cards we saw in the original Cyber Dragon deck, but that's really more time. This takes Cyber Dragon, two or more Cyber Dragon monsters. After you summon of this card can only be done with the above materials. When this card fusion summon, you can target spell traps onto a number on the field up to the number of materials used for its fusion summon to destroy them. Also, once per turn, you can send up to 2 light machine monsters from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, for each for each monster sent to the graveyard, this card gets 1 additional attack. Pretty good card to close the games, I guess. Good. This is also an anime card. It's going to attack twice. That's basically it. Cyber Dragon and 1 machine. Remember, this card counts for both your opponents. So if they have a machine and you have a Cyber Dragon, you can turn that threat into your monster. Cannot be normal fusion summon. Must be fusion summon from the graveyard actually by sending the above cards to the field. From the field to the graveyard. Sorry, from either field. This is I remember I did this to the other to the Genso player in that SP challenge. And this card becomes this card for time becomes 1,000 times the number of material used to special summon it. So you can make a big boy as well. This is Cyber Dragon. This is an old anime card. It just gets piercing basically, no big deal there. 1 Cyber Dragon monster plus 1 monster in the extra monster zone. So this is very good for links and pendulums because they have to start pendulums summon from the extra deck. Excuse me, because that's where those go. Cannot be used as fusion material. Must be first special summon from your extra deck by sending the above material from the graveyard. So similar, but it requires extra deck monsters instead. Okay. Sorry, extra monster shock monster. So a link basically. And then this can get 1200. So it's not as big as Chimera Tech, but it applies to a more versatile option because it only requires an extra deck monster. That's very interesting. So if they misplay and you can kind of catch a misplay, you can punish it by summoning this and removing a threat. They should have maybe summoned into the correct zone. Interesting. When level 5 monsters, once per turn, you can detach one material from this, then target a Cyber Dragon and your special summon that target. Also, once per turn, you can banish 1 Cyber Dragon from your hand or face up. Sorry. Once you can banish 1 Cyber from your hand or face up from your monster. This against 2100 attack. If this guy's in your position. Sorry, if this card is sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effects, you can face summon 1 machine fusion monster for your next thing. Not bad. 3 light machine monsters. Wow, that's a lot. It's level 6 too. How do you make this? I'm guessing it's by the other effect. Once per turn, you can also exit summon using Cyber Dragon you control as material. Transfer this. Okay, never mind. You use Nova. You only use Nova for this. Gotcha. Okay, you surrender attack for each material. Also, once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field attached to this card as material. Good. Also, once per turn, when a card or effect is activated, correct effect, you can discard a material from this card, and if you do, destroy it. Pretty good. We have Salaman Great Almirage. No, 1 normal monster with 1,000 and less. Sorry, 1 normal summon monster with 1,000 attacks. It's a very important difference. Attacks. How do we make this in this as normal monster? No, it's 1 normal summon monster with 100. So that's any 4 normal summons in this deck, basically. Okay. Quick effect. Contribute this card and then target 1 monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Fair protection. Uh, Interesting. When a normal monster, sorry, when a normal summon monster you control is destroyed in battle, while discarding the ground, you can special summon this card. You can only use this effect of Almirage once per turn. We can Cyber Dragon Siege. I have this card. I get in the anniversary thing. 2 machine monsters, including a Cyber Dragon monster. This card becomes Cyber Dragon when the field engraves, so similar to the main deck monsters. During each battle phase, if this card has not declared an attack, quick effect, you can target 1 machine monster you control with 2100 or more attack. For the rest of this turn, that monster gains 2100, and also the player takes any battle damage from attacking with this card. So it's just kind of something to get over cards with, I guess. And then we have one Sky Striker is Asala. Takes 2 lights and 2 darks. The only way to summon this is with what? Specifically, any of the light monsters in you. Okay, so just that one. If this gets special summon, you can target 1 card in the field destroyed. Then you have 3 or less. Sorry, if you have 3 or less spellcasts and you're gonna send this card to the graveyard. Okay. Once per turn, at the start of the damage step, this card battles an opponent monster. You can banish 1 spell, destroy that monster. It's pretty good. That is pretty good. Let's check it out. I'm going second. It's probably the scripted duel. Scripted. Never mind. I should just. What makes a Cyber Dragon deck unique? Cyber Dragon decks specialize in taxes and matches in an instant using monsters with high attack. Cyber is a deck. Cyber is this deck's linchpin with high attack and the ability to special summon under like conditions. It is easy to fusion summon powerful monsters by taking advantage of the fact that many of the decks monsters take as free as Cyber Dragon when on the field or in the graveyard. The key to be is finding the right timing to bring out like this. Use an effect Cyber Dragon to win this duel. Opponent, yes, I know that. Okay. No Summon Dragon Core. And Cyber Dragon Realm. Okay. I guess I'm gonna see how this card works. Oh, because I don't have any other... So I can just get this card. That's right, because... Okay. You may do okay, interesting. Okay, so this is the only one I can add it because it's the only one I'm playing. Interesting. Okay, then we add Power Bond. Yes, discard this. This is an interesting effect, I believe. Use Cyber Dragon Core to summon Siege. Okay. So the link. Dragon Core and Dragon. Okay. The Josara one summon Chimeritic Rampage Dragon. The effect of Cyber Chimera. The effect of Cyber Dark Chimera that you activated lets you use the graveyard as materials. Okay. Power Bond. Cyber Cup. And then the ones in the grave. Oh, that's actually pretty neat. Oh, okay, hold on. I'll do the side first. Gotcha. Pretty powerful, actually. Wow, okay. And then we destroy both of these back rows, I guess. Okay. And then we'll send these two. And we just win. Okay. Let's win the game here then. Interesting. Okay, exact same deck. Just, I believe it's probably gonna be by myself then. Okay. Probably add. I already have Purge. Maybe Naster in hand. Maybe Core. Hold up. Get Core. That was incorrect, I think. I'm gonna let him go first, actually. I think that's a better move. I mean, this deck's better going second than it is going first. So let them just do what they want. Damn. That's fine. Yeah, I was correct in doing that. What are you? Mistake there. I should have summoned Seek first. Ah, whatever. But 42 I win anyway. Okay, pretty simple. Yay! Found a new pack. No. Let me copy this so I can do it later, I guess. Yes, I have to change that, but that's fine. Yeah, let me do. I guess we'll do the live stream one again because I remember I did it before. I don't remember though, at all. So we'll do the live stream ones, and then I think we'll call it for today. If I have time, I'll do the next one. What's the next one? There's 22. So I'll do these two, the last two today. Don't worry, guys. I will not be doing this next time. Next week on Saturday, Sunday. No, sorry. Next week, Wednesday, Thursday. I will be doing my first ranked play games. So let's look forward to that. I'm gonna try to get to 20. We'll see how it is that day. If not, we'll do at least 10 or 15. So look below to see what the rules for rank those are gonna be, and let's get into and we'll get into that next week. Let's read these cards because I don't remember what they do. Okay, this is Maxi. We just read this one. Each time your opponent in the monster declaration attack, you gain 500 life. Okay. You discuss normal special summon and you control no other monsters. You can summon one Leela monster from your deck. You can only use this effect once per turn, and then number substitute your Leela. Yes. Same effect. Actually, no. So when they attack, I get life, and they lose life. Okay. If this guy's almost your summon, you can summon the other one. Yes, Kill in from your deck. Okay. So this search one another. We have Life Twin Lil Tree. If you control a Kill monster, you can splash summon this here from your hand. Okay, so it can be either you. So you basically, it's because I don't see another Lula, so it's have to be you. Oh no, never mind. Okay, I see now. So this one can be you or you, I'm assuming, and then this one can be. I'm gonna assume they have the same correlation. So for you, it's gonna be this one and this one. Okay. Anyway, you can only special summon Lila Tweet once per turn this way. When either player takes battle damage involving an evil twin monster, you can manage this card from the graveyard, then target one face of your opponent loses attack equal to the battle damage. You can only use treat once per turn. And then we have Kill Frost. You can do a Leela monster, so either blue or this one. Also, same restriction, you can only special summon one this way. If a main deck card or cards added from your opponent's main deck to your opponent's hand except by drawing it. Sorry, no, except during the damage step. But you control a evil 2 monster, you can banish card from the graveyard, draw a card. Interesting. Then we have Sprite Blue. If you control a level 2 or rank 2 monster, you can control this from your hand. You can only special summon Sprite Blue once per turn this way. If this card special summon, you can add one Sprite monster from your deck to your hand, except Sprite Blue. You can only use this effect as Sprite Blue once per turn. You have Sprite Yet. Control a level or rank 2 monster, you can special summon this from your hand. So same condition here as this one. Except this one adds spell traps from your deck to your hand. And this only adds monsters. and it's a one card once per turn, meaning they has a name in its title. If you control a level 2 or link 2, you can same thing. Also can only special summon this way once per turn. Okay, gotcha. When an opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can tribute one other level, rank, or link to monster, negate that effect. Then if you contribute a rank or link to, you can destroy, monster. To activate this effect, you can destroy that monster. Also, we have sprite character, same summoning condition, same summoning restriction as well. When your opponent activates a spell trap, contribute one other. So this is the same thing, but for spell trap instead. Okay. Then we have the Astral, which we read already. I skipped over this. I apologize. If a lake monster is either on the field or in the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use special summon Meow 9 once per turn this way. So, okay. If a link 2 monsters you control is sent to the graveyard, or banish face up, except during the damage step. You can banish this card from your graveyard. If it was there when the monster was sent or banished, or hand, even if not, then target one card your opponent controls trying to the hand. Wait, what? How does this one work? If you link the monster you control, send to graveyard or banish face up, okay. Absorb the damage step, okay, that's the condition. You can banish a card from your graveyard. If it was there when the monster was sent or banished, or hand, even if not, then target one card in your opponent's controls return to the hand. Okay. It's the last monster card. Evil Twin Kisake Lila. Cannot be normal summon also. Must use a summon from your hand or grave, material 2 lake monsters. If this card special summon, you can activate this effect. If your opponent controls 3 or more cards, they must send 2 cards to the graveyard. So they only control 2. You can only use this effect of Kisake Lila once per turn. While you have a Kisake monster and you have a Lila monster, this one gets 200 attack as well. Okay. And then this one we read previously is just a Raigeki for spells traps. Secret password. Add 1 live twin or evil twin card from spell or trap, from your deck to your hand. If you control a Kisake monster and a Lila monster, you can add one evil twin monster from your deck to your hand instead. Okay, so if I activate it from my hand and I have nothing on the field, so I have both out, I get a bonus effect to create a monster. But if I do not have both of them, and I only have one or something, I can get a spell trap. Okay. When this card is activated, you can add 1 link monster from your deck to your hand. Live twin monster from your deck to your hand. So this one only gets live twin, live twin, live twin. So you're the only evil twin card monster that we can get with this. So you don't really need to do. I guess this. You don't read the next stuff. I guess you really only search the spell traps. Anyway, so you get to search what you're missing if you don't have either of them. Right, and then while I control evil twin monster, either the links or that one. Each time your opponent normal or summons a monster, you gain 200 life, and if you do, inflict 1 to your opponent. And you can activate 1 Sunny Snitch per turn. We have Cosmet Cyclone, pay 1,000 life and then target 1 spell trap on the field, banish it. Pretty good. Called by the Grave, we read the rest already. Also designator. Declare one card name. Banish one. Banish one of that declared card from your main deck, and if you do, negate its effect as well as the activated effects and effects on the field of cards with the same name, original name specifically, until the end of this turn. You can only activate one cosmetic name per turn. Okay, I can understand that card a little bit. Life Twin Home. Let's go one card. Spell summon one Kiseki monster or little monster from your deck. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon a monster except evil twin monsters. We have Sprite Starter. Special one Sprite monster from your deck, but lose life points to equal to its attack. For the rest of this turn, after this effect resolves, you cannot special summon a monster except level, rank, or link 2 monster. That doesn't matter in this deck. They're all rank. They're all that. Sprite Gamma Burst, all level, rank, and link to monster currently on the field, gain 1400 attack and defense at the end of this turn. During your main phase, you can manage a card from your graveyard and target one level, rank, or link to monster you control. Again, also gains 1400 until the end of this turn. And it's once per turn activation. Okay. Banish one Spring and Fairy or Spray card from your hand. Activate one of this effect. I guess we won't read this right one. Banish one level, rank, or link 2 monster you control, and one card your opponent controls. Okay. We have Infinite Impermanence. We read this card already. Evil Twin Challenge. Target one Kiseki monster or one Lila monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. Then follow the immediately after this effect result, link summon one evil link monster, evil twin link monster that's in monster controls material. Just a quick link on my opponent's turn, basically. If I run out of gas, I guess. And then target one monster on the field, or in other graveyard and activate one of the following effects. Attach the target monster to what rank 2 monster you control as material. Place the targeted monster your opponent controls in your zone. In your zone, your link 2 monster points to and take control of it. Special summon the targeted monster from either graveyard to your zone. Your link 2 monster points to. This seems to be gonna be my final duel. I'll just get into it. It's just a refresher, and I have to go. And we should start early. I'm gonna finish this like loner deck, and then we'll go. I don't want to leave you hanging. It would be probably better if I like use the effect of Kiseki Lila monster to win this duel. The monster Lila activate this effect. Red gets blue, and blue gets red. Summon blue first. Okay, if you can summon blue first. And I'm going second, so that's very important to remember as well. Bring with Lila, so the blue one. Proceed to summon Lila for the blue one. activate the effect. Bring back this one. Okay. I can run a card, okay. Troublesome is this one. Dueling tools include two monsters include a link. Accuse a kill monster, okay. Proceed to battle, okay then. Okay, yes it can. But you summon up to one Leela. Okay, so you summon the gals. Could have been important. In the main phase, you control. If you're not controlling. Draw a card, okay. Okay, cool. Cool. Let me show you the score so you guys can read it if you want. Huh. That was the deck. Let me save that. And then that was it for today's stream, guys. Thank you so much for coming by. If you like what you saw, please leave a like. Follow me on my socials for more stuff. See you all tomorrow and Sunday for the Pokemon CA streams. I'll be there, of course. If you want to follow along with anything that's happening in the channel, be it more videos, more streams, please you can look up on my socials down below as well. I want to thank you all so much for watching and coming by today. See you all next